And a welcome back into the Bob Murphy Hawk Invitational here in the Seedorf Gymnasium, Manchester, Iowa. Jamie Vaskey, Roger Reed back here with you. In the studio for us is Janelle Tucker running the boards for us here this morning and into the afternoon now as we're into the 12 o'clock hour as we're getting set for second round action. There are some second round matches going on at weight class 138 as we will get set here as we're going to have Alex Linderwell. He coming up here on mat number 1 as he's going to be taking on Travis Noak from, where am I at here? There he is. As he's going to be taking on Tom Noak, from Decorah. And coming up here as he's going to be on deck. And then also we've got Brad Roush coming up for West Delaware at weight class 113. Brett Roush. Jordan Roush will also be up here in this second round as we're moving through these second round. Coming up in just a little bit as have to check this here.
It's hard to, well, the problem is we've got some brackets with 4 kids in it, some brackets with 5 kids in it, and brackets with 6 kids in it. So they've been wrestling the 6-kid brackets, and then filling back in with the 4 and the 5. So we're not following the sequence of weights. We're just kind of bouncing around. So we're just kind of playing it by ear and waiting for. Thank goodness you got track wrestling up there, Jamie, that keeps us going a little bit. Hey, talk about a tough tournament over at Independence today. Independence is hosting a 14-team tournament with the likes of Cedar Rapids Prairie and Linn-Mar and the host Mustangs and Apple Valley, Minnesota and Osage. And it's one of the premier tournaments around in Independence today. So maybe at our break we'll try to get you some updates of the Independence wrestlers and have those for you. I know the Starmont Stars are venturing out into some troubled waters as they are over there also. So we'll be anxious to see how they fare at that very, very tough tournament today at Independence. So the Mustangs hosting some outstanding competition as well as the competition that we have here at the Bob Murphy. They've just got a few more teams, Jamie, than we have here today. So competition on par. They just got a few more teams over there that are highly qualified and highly skilled. So,
you know, I'm working on it.
Yes, you are.
I'm working on it right here as we can pull that match up or that tournament up as well because that's a great tournament with some area schools in it. You mentioned Starmont and, of course, the host team Independence in that tournament as we're moving along here as well as got some West Delaware Hawks set to come up here in just a little bit as we got one heading up.
Mat number 2.
It says junior high quad. I don't think that's...
Mat number 2, we've got Jordan Roush coming off a hard-fought 4-2 loss to Sean Baldwin from Assumption. He's going to be taking on from Fairfield, Dallas Peebler. He's a sophomore at 7-11 last year. So here's a winnable match right here for Jordan Roush to get on the win side here and to take a step up in that placing on that bracket. Nice double leg by Roush. He's in. Nice double leg by Roush. He's in deep on it. Let's see if he can cut the corner on Peebler. He does. Boy, that's a nice sit through and cover the hips of Peebler. So we'll see if the sophomore from West Delaware here can pick up his first win in this tournament. 1:26 left to go in the first period, and it's a 2-0 lead courtesy of that very, very nice double leg takedown. That gets Coach Voss up off his chair, giving the young sophomore a clap there. Now he's got to work to break him down. A switch attempt by Peebler. Nice tight waist chop by Roush, and he's got Peebler belly down in the center of the mat. Let's see a chicken wing here, or let's see a half Nelson. Peebler exposed that left side, and Roush thought about a half Nelson, and Peebler quickly covered up. Now an inside wrist on the left side. He's got an inside wrist looking at him on the right side too. Pick up that double inside wrist and crank it over. But Peebler doing a nice job basing out underneath. 54 seconds left to go, first period. And Jordan Roush doing a nice job with that tight waist chop. And now he's going to pick up an ankle and drive Peebler forward. Half Nelson looking at him again on the left side. Let's see if he can slap that half Nelson in and drive Peebler to his back. Peebler covers up quickly, keeps his head up. And Roush missed the half Nelson. Now bar him by Roush. He's going to press Peebler to his back. And Peebler wiggles his way out of that predicament. 24 seconds left to go. First period. Claw ride now by Roush. Now half Nelson by Roush. On the left side. Get off the legs. And Peebler peeled the half Nelson off. And we're going to get a full Nelson as Roush tried to slap it in on the right side also. 2-1 now is your score. Jordan Roush again losing his first round match to Sean Baldwin from Assumption. 9 seconds left to go. Now we're going to get locked hands by Roush. That's his second penalty point. Now this thing is going to be tied with 3.9 seconds left.
All right, so I was shoring up some discrepancies I had here. It has Jordan Roush in the program, but it is actually Brad Roush, his twin brother, who is actually wrestling here for the Hawks here. So Jordan was put into both tournaments, the JV and the varsity, but Brad is wrestling here in the varsity tournament. So this is Brad Roush.
That's nice to know. How could you tell them apart, Jamie? You have your
I had to call.
You had to call. Okay, very good. I was going to say, your eyes must be a lot better than mine if you can tell the difference between the twins with their headgear and stuff on. There's a nice stand up by Brad Roush. He's up to his feet, picked up one. I think that's where Brad Roush needs to be, is up on his feet. He's got a nice shot there. Let's see if he can open this match up here. 1:43 left to go. 3-2 lead. Now Peebler over the top of Roush. Roush is going to try to drop in on a double. Now front headlock by Peebler. Roush does a nice job controlling that elbow. Peebler trying to hit him with a go-behind. And Roush does a nice job blocking him off. 1:23 left to go. Roush with nice hand control. See if he can drop in on that double and sit through again on it. Peebler does a nice job with the down block. Now Roush up to his feet. Peebler pushes him away, and we're back to the middle of the mat in neutral position. 1:05 left to go. Hard collar tie by Roush, retie by Peebler. Off the edge of the mat they go. Peebler now in that staggered stance. Roush drops down to one knee. Now quickly back up to both feet. Hand control by Roush. Doing a nice job here. Controlling hands of Peebler. He's got to set up that double or that sweep single. Peebler now with the hard collar tie with his left. Now front headlock. Roush drops in on that double. Peebler tries to hit a go behind. Roush blocks him off. 36 seconds left to go. Roush in on that double. Let's see if he can turn this into some points. As Roush is going to drive Peebler off the edge of the mat. And he's going to try to sit through and off the edge of the mat. No points. Nice job. Ran out of real estate right there. He's got to set that shot up in the middle of the mat. That would turn that into two. 21 seconds left to go. Second period. 3-2 lead. Peebler taking advantage of a couple penalty points by Brad Roush. 11 seconds left to go. Second period. Peebler with hand control. Roush blocks him off. Peebler has not taken a shot yet from his feet. Very defensive. And we'll see whose choice it is to start this third period. I think it's going to be Peebler's choice, and he's going to choose down.
And 2-0 right now. Tom Noak for Decorah leading Alex Linderwell as we're 15 seconds left to go in the first period down there. A takedown by Noak. And he's looking to turn Linderwell. And not sure if he's going to here with 8 seconds left to go. Linderwell doing a good job fighting off his back here. And that is how our first period is going to come to an end. 2-0. Tom Noak leading Alex Linderwell.
All right, it was Peebler's choice to start the third. He chose down. And Brad Roush just said, I'm going to let you up, and we're going to settle this thing on our feet. It's knotted at threes with 1:42 left to go in the third period. So this match is going to be won on the feet. All right, second period going to be neutral. And Linderwell taken down again, so he's behind 4-0. Brad Roush dives in on that double. Let's see if he can turn that into 2. Peebler in a down block. He's going to drive Roush over. Roush quickly finds himself back to his feet. Scurry of action here right now. A flurry. That'd be good from... They wrestle each other. Good from...
Good
Waterloo.
is who he's wrestling.
Oh, this isn't Peebler?
Nope, this is Waterloo East.
Oh, their uniforms are...
Yeah, very
the
identical.
uniforms are very similar.
Yep.
So, all right, this is Braden Good. He's a freshman. So sorry about that, Dallas Peebler. But their uniforms are very similar. You've got the Fairfield Trojans and you've got the Waterloo East Trojans. So
he says it's okay.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
He got beat 9-0, I believe.
All right.
Did Peebler.
Oh, Peebler did? All right. 3-3 still. Oh, Roush got taken down on the edge of the mat, Jamie. 5-3 as we go back to the center of the mat. So Roush has some work left to do. There's Good. He slaps a cross body right in on Roush. Gets high. Roush has time to score 2 here. He's got to go in a hurry. Tripod stand up by Roush. Hard chop, tight waist by Good. And 23 seconds left to go. Good is up on top now, 5-3. Now a half Nelson by Good. He's out to the side. He's got an inside wrist. He's trying to drive Roush to his back. 10 seconds left to go. Good finds Roush on his back with that half Nelson. He's going to pick up some back points. 2 seconds left. He's going to pick up 2 near fall, and it's going to be a 7-3 win. 7-3. Good wins that match 7-3. So the freshman from Waterloo East, Braden Good, picks up the win. I'll tell you what, Jamie, that's a couple of close matches there that Brad Roush is, just
right
finishing
there.
moves. He's right there, just finishing moves.
And that's one of them things we talked about. That's going to come. But a nice effort there by Brad Roush. Again, a second time here that he's really put up a good effort. Now Linderwell looking to drive a half Nelson down there. He trails 4-0 right now as he's taking on Tom Noak. It's 4-0. He's looking to drive a half Nelson. He's got to get that leg as now he's going to throw in just go under the arm now and try to just muscle Noak over, and he's going to catch him on his back. He's picking up near fall points as Alex Linderwell trailing 4-0. He's looking to suck him back and pick up a fall with 1:20 left to go in this match. We've got 2 other Hawks going right now on mats 2 and 3, and it looks like Noak is going to come out of that, but it's going to be a 3-point near fall for Alex Linderwell. The middle mat, we've got Alex Reitz taking on Juan Castillo, and on mat number 3, we have Brett Roush taking on Quallen Phillips. 3-point near fall down there for Linderwell. Makes the score now 4-3. 50 seconds left to go in the match.
Boy, it would have been nice for him to get that fall. Boy, you got to load that half Nelson up again. Linderwell. And off the edge of the mat they go. It's 4-3, 41 seconds left to go.
Quallen Phillips with a takedown over here on Brett Roush as he's going to take a 2-0 lead here with a minute left to go in this first period.
And on the center mat, Jamie, 0-0. All right, I got Linderwell down on the far side. We got 3 Hawks, and it's Linderwell and Noak going at it, and Noak scored a 2-point reversal. He got 2-point reversal, and now he's got Linderwell on his back. Noak does. Linderwell got high riding, and he scored a 2-point reversal. And now he's got Linderwell on his back. 17 seconds left to go in this match. Boy, I tell you, that's inches, Jamie. Alex Linderwell is inches away from winning this match. Could not quite get the fall. He tried to slap a half Nelson in on Noak again to turn him over. Got high riding, and Noak just rolled him through and then threw him on his back. And that's going to do it. It's going to be a 9-3 loss. Wow.
How quickly it turns.
Oh, you're inches away from teeing out and getting the fall.
Down here, Brett Roush still trailing 2-0. As we're going to struggle. Too many Roushes on the team. As that's going to end that first period here with Brett Roush taking on Quallen Phillips. And Phillips with a 2-0 lead as he tried to turn Brett Roush late in that period, but he's going to he is going to end the period up 2-0. So 2-0 as our official trying to get people cleared off the mat a little bit.
Yeah, Waterloo East had too many coaches in the corner. I think they had 6 people in the corner. Alex Reitz with a nice 2-point takedown over Castillo from Muscatine. And he's going to take a 2-0 lead into the second period. Boy, a very nice single leg takedown just when you needed it. So it's going to be Castillo's choice. He's going to defer over to Reitz, and Reitz is going to choose down. Well, that was just very nice takedown by
down
Reitz.
Here, just a duck under, go behind here by Quallen Phillips against Brett Roush, as he's going to take a 4-0 lead here in period number 2. 1:35 left to go in the second period. So we started on our feet, and Quallen Phillips picks up a takedown, and he leads it 4-0 here in the second period over Brett Roush. Now a tilt attempt here by Phillips. Roush fights that off and tried to build his base back up, as now inside wrist attempt, and Phillips is going to let Brett Roush go, and it's going to be 4-1.
Jamie, a 2-point reversal by Alex Reitz on Castillo. He got to his feet. Castillo tried to backtrip Reitz, and Reitz got his hips out and hit him with a standing switch. Now a hard cross face by Reitz. He has Castillo in trouble. Let's see if he can lock that cross face cradle up. And Castillo does a nice job stretching that body out and breaking the grip of Alex Reitz. 1:09 left to go in a 4-0 lead.
And another 2 more takedowns now for Quallen Phillips, as it was 4-1. He got a take after Phillips let Roush go. Got 2 more, another takedown, made it 6-1. Cut Roush up loose again and made it 6-2, and now another takedown makes it 8-2 with 30 seconds left to go in this first period. So a mini takedown clinic here by Quallen Phillips, and now he's got a chicken wing, or trying to lock up a chicken wing. He's going to take the arm across the back of Brett Roush and try to pull the head towards him and try to turn Brett Roush over. Nice job here by Brett Roush right now, as he's trying to fight off his back here, as now Phillips is going to get near fall points here at the end of the period. Only going to get enough for 2, and it's going to make it 10-2 as we go to period number 3. Down on the far mat, we've got Gabe Rangel taking on Caleb Zeeser down there on mat number 1. And Gabe Rangel, a senior, ranked at 182 pounds, weighs about 200, and he's wrestling at heavyweight, and he's going to get a fall over Caleb Zeeser.
Now, we saw Assumption do that last year, Jamie. They'd move Gabe Rangel around, and kind of whatever weight he decides to wrestle, that's kind of where they put him. I'll tell you what, you talk about a bowling ball, he's about 5'6" and about 210 pounds. So he is very tough to wrestle.
48 seconds on the fall by Gabe Rangel in his first match of the day. And Caleb Zeeser falls to 0-2 as he's been pinned twice here today. It's 15-4 now here with Brett Roush and Quallen Phillips. Another escape and another takedown here by Quallen Phillips. And that's going to make it 17-4 as Roush finding the going tough here against a very good Quallen Phillips. Phillips is a senior for Waterloo East. He's 2-1 on the season.
He's very slick, Jamie, but very powerful. Arm drag for a 2-point takedown and escape by Roush. Over in center mat, Jamie, Alex Reitz still clinging to a 4-0 lead with Castillo. We got 1:13 left to go. High crotch attempt by Castillo. Nice snap and spin by Reitz, and a go behind for a 2-point takedown. And he extends the lead now 6-0. That's going to be a tech fall, Jamie.
Yeah, I didn't see the final. 21-6 was the final there, as Roush is going to fall. 21-6 tech fall against Quallen Phillips. That's a very good wrestler right there in Quallen Phillips.
He is very, very slick, very, very strong. Got some heavy legs and some big hips.
And that's down there on the far mat. That's Ben Litter giving up a takedown as he was taking on Philip Eide from Decorah. And that's going to be a fall in 28 seconds by Eide. And Ben Litter will have one more match to go today as he's 0-2.
Nice cradle by Reitz. He has Castillo on his back. Could be a fall. Castillo kicking and rocking. And he breaks the grip of Reitz. Reitz reloads. There's a fall right there, Jamie. 4:45. Alex Reitz will win by fall. And 4:45. So Reitz will move to 1-1 on the day. and he will take on Bridges from Davenport Assumption in that next round.
Fourth round.
Fourth round.
Reitz will have the bye in round
has
number
a bye.
3.
Okay, that's a 5-man bracket. Okay, very good. Very, very good. So he'll have a little bit of chance to rest and recover, maybe get some food in his body. We talked about these wrestlers. Tough matches last night at Waverly Shell Rock, taking on Waverly Shell Rock and Clear Lake. And then you got to come back and strap it on today and take on this quality competition here. That's a tough, Jamie, that's a tough 12 hours, 24 hours, whatever it is. That's a tough 24-hour swing here. So the Hawks have their work cut out for them today at this second annual Bob Murphy Invite. Bob Murphy taking the name over off the Hawk Invite, but this has been a perpetual motion tournament. We talked about the smoothness of this tournament, quality help here today, and tell you what, it just runs like clockwork. Got some great officials, some state tournament officials here today. The officiating has been fine. The wrestlers have been working hard, and Jamie, it's hard to come into your first tournament of the season, especially against tough opponents, and you're wrestling three and four matches today. Most people are,
and that's what I mean. That's tough if you come in here and as a younger wrestler like we've seen with these West Delaware Hawks. That's going to be tough. But like we said earlier, they need those matches, and that's what they need.
Well, the other thing will be for the coaching staff of West Delaware is you got to keep the guys up. You're going to film all the matches, and you got to look for quality. You got to look for good things in each match, and then you got to build on those good things, and that's what it's all about. Whoa, we're waiting for our next wrestler to step up today for the West Delaware Hawks.
It won't be too long, I don't think.
Okay.
I think we got a couple of wrestlers on deck, so we'll take a short break, and we'll have wrestlers coming up on deck here real shortly. You're listening to the Bob Murphy Invitational here on Mix 94.7 KMCH. Welcome back into the Seedorf Gymnasium, and down here in front of us, I believe that's Cole Engel on the map for West Delaware. And just as we get back, he got taken down and thrown to his back. It's 3-0 right now. Cole Engel trailing, and it looks like he's gonna give up some near fall points as we're in the first period down there, as he's taking on Carter Hubka from Decorah, a junior. Cole Engel, a freshman. Hubka last season was 20-12 for the Vikings.
So again, Jamie, you got that freshman jumping into this lineup against a very, very solid junior from Decorah. You win 20 matches on the varsity level last year, wrestling the schedule that Decorah wrestles. You've got to have some skills, and we're seeing that right here. 9-0 lead now for Hubka with 34 seconds left to go. It's only the first period. Hubka doing an outstanding job tying up the arms of Engel and being very, very physical. He scooped the left arm of Engel, then went around the head, threw Engel to his back. In 20 seconds, Cole Engel's in a world of hurt right here. That's a lot of time to fight out off your back. He rolled back to his stomach, and Hubka's going to reload that. 11 seconds left to go. There's the fall right there, 1 minute and 50 seconds. Cole Engel will go down by fall. Here's the other thing, Jamie, we talk about. I've been around wrestling for coached wrestling for a lot of years. You don't want to get, when you get thrown to your back and you get pinned a couple of times, you don't want that to become a habit in a way of losing matches. To fight off your back and to not get pinned is a pride thing. I realize you're wrestling some tough competition, but you don't want that to become part of what you do. And again, that's part of the coach's responsibility to work on that with each wrestler.
And I think, that's where you start to, that's one of those things you start to see. We talk about these kids will get it. They'll learn from their mistakes. And I think that's one of the telltale signs that it's starting to come around. You'll see some of these kids early in the season, they'll be getting pinned. They'll be on their back a lot, and they'll be getting pinned. But when you see them start fighting off their backs, and getting to that point where they don't want to get pinned anymore. That's when you start to see that turnaround. And I think we're going to get there here this season, because some of these kids are just they're going to come along. Some faster than others, some slower. But that's one of the things that's going to happen. Is now we're going to look at one of our seniors. One that should be a senior leader here for the Hawks this season, and that's Logan Riley. He was what, one match away from making it to the state tournament. He got a wrestle back last year and was one match short of making it to the state tournament, as he's down on mat number 1, taking on Anthony Fan from Davenport Assumption.
And another one of those tough first-round matches here, so you got to come ready to go. Fan in on a shot. Nice counter by Riley. Nice counter by Logan Riley, as he almost had 2. And then out in front of us, Jamie, we have from West Delaware.
Bennett Cole.
Bennett Cole.
He's taking on Jeremiah Jordan from Waterloo East. He's a junior at 2-1.
Okay, so we got a lot of Hawks in action right now. Logan Riley and Anthony Fan going at it. Nice shot. Nice Kelly by Riley. Let's see if he can pop his head out and pick up 2. He does. That's a solid shot by the senior from West Delaware. I'll tell you what, that's what you expect out of your senior leadership. He goes right to work on a chicken wing. Let's see if he can dump Fan to his back. He's got Fan loaded up. Could be a fall. There's the fall. Logan Riley with the fall in 112. That's a huge win right there, Jamie, and that's what you like to see.
Here's Bennett Cole with Jordan on his back, looking for the fall here. 1:05 left to go, as Bennett Cole looking for a fall. Like to see back-to-back falls here for the Hawks, as he's going to extend the arm of Jeremiah Jordan. And here's Bennett Cole. Now Jordan's going to fight. That might have locked it up tighter, as Bennett Cole's still trying to get chest to chest. He's got to come up a little bit if he's going to get the fall. Here for Bennett Cole, still looking for that fall. He's going to pick up a 3-point near fall. He's got a takedown, so that'll be 5-0 regardless. But Bennett Cole looking for the fall here.
Over on mat number 1, Jamie, we have Owen Ward for West Delaware trying to go 2-0 on the day. He's taking on
And there's Bennett locking it up tighter. That should be it. It's really close. I think the right shoulder of Jordan, and there it is. There's the fall. 1 minute and 39 seconds, the fall time for Bennett Cole. So the Hawks with back-to-back falls here in round number 2. That's what you like to see out of the Hawks, this young team for West Delaware.
That's what you like to see that double. And as soon as the referee slapped the mat down there, we have Owen Ward with a 2-point takedown on Gavin Ashley, the freshman from Muscatine. And Ward going to work with, he's got the cross body right in on the left side of Ashley. And now he's got a power half Nelson trying to crank the freshman over. Doing a great job with that cross body ride. Now he's got Ashley on his back, and he's picking up near fall points. Let's see if he can kick the legs free and keep the half Nelson in. Might get the fall here. 1:01 left to go in the first period. He's got the half sunk in deep with his right hand. Applied a lot of pressure with the cross body ride. He's got both legs in. He might have to kick one leg out to put some more pressure on that left shoulder of Ashley. Now he kicks the leg out, and he hopped to the wrong side. That meant Ashley off his back, but he still picked up the 3-point near fall. Ashley's going to pick up a 1-point escape out of that, so it's 5-1 in favor of the junior from West Delaware. There's a nice double leg by Owen Ward. He's in deep. Let's see if he can pop his head out to one side or the other and cover the hips of the freshman from Muscatine. He scoops the left leg, and now let's see if he can pop his head out. Ashley wrapped around the body of Owen Ward, trying to keep Ward from popping his head out. Owen Ward trying to get his head out from between the legs. He does, and he picks up 2. That's a sweet takedown with 7 seconds left to go in the first period. On front of us, Jamie, I think we have Goebel.
Yep. Harrison Goebel taking on Dalton Hart from Muscatine. He's a senior. He was 17 and 18 last season.
And Dalton Hart is very, very physical. He won his first round match.
Tech fall in the first round.
Yes.
Or excuse me. Now I'm looking at the wrong weight class. I believe he had a Tech fall in his first round match.
Yeah, he's very, very physical. So we'll see if Harrison Goebel. There's a nice sit-out turn in by Goebel. Picked up 1 point. All right, 7-1 lead going to the second period. Owen Ward on top of Gavin Ashley. And Harrison Goebel 2-1 here. There's a nice throw by attempt by Harrison Goebel. And back to action. It's Ward's going to take down to start the second period. And here comes a freshman from Muscatine slapping a cross body right in on Owen Ward. And a power half Nelson on the right side of Owen Ward. So he's trying to give Owen Ward a little payback. Ward kicks the leg out. Now let's see if he can get back to his feet. See if he can get back to his feet here and score some points. He doesn't get back to his feet, but he scores a 2-point reversal on a nice switch. Now he's got a chicken wing locked up on the left side of Ashley. Dalton Hart with a 2-point takedown on Harrison Goebel, so it's 4-1. Owen Ward has Ashley on his back one more time. He might get the fall here. If he can lock this up, he's got 104, plenty of time to settle in. He's out in front, and Ashley's going to try to roll through. Let's see if Ward can trap that left arm. He does. He scoops the head now. That is tight. Should be a fall right here. If he can cinch that half Nelson up just a little bit tighter. There it is right there, a fall, and 3:15. The Hawks are on a mini pin run right here, Jamie. That's Owen Ward is 2 for 2. 2 for 2 with falls. And he's 2-0 on the day, and he's got one more match. He's got Devin Stortz from Decorah in round 3, and that will be for the gold medal. So Owen Ward wrestling very, very well.
Yeah, and a great 2 matches so far by Owen Ward, and that's what you like to see. You know, someone, Owen Ward wrestled a little varsity last year for West Delaware, and you can see that leadership starting to come out as it's 4-1 right now in favor of Dalton Hart from Muscatine over Harrison Goebel, and Harrison Goebel is going to throw Hart off the edge of the mat. But they're going to be out of bounds.
You could just see that coming, Jamie. Harrison Goebel had that locked up, and Hart I think thought he was going to launch Goebel, and Goebel hit him. I think if the coaches would have been a little bit farther out, Goebel's feet stayed in bounds. That was a very, very nice takedown there by the throw attempt. Now cross-face cradle by Goebel. Let's see if he can take Hart back. He's got Hart on his back. Oh, boy, does he pick up 2? Pick up 2 on that. He's got that cross-face cradle locked up again on Hart. He's got those long Goebel levers. Let's see if he can use them to his advantage. Hart's going to sit out now, turn in and face Goebel for a 1-point escape. Boy, tell you what, that's what you talk about, being inches away from pulling the upset right here. The freshman from West Delaware had that cross-face cradle locked up, and he just couldn't quite keep it tight enough on the senior from Muscatine, Dalton Hart. Goebel with a throw-by attempt again. I think Goebel keeps the pressure up on the senior. I think he could gas him out in the third period. There's a single attempt now by Hart. He's got it in deep. He's got the left leg of Goebel picked up. 38.4 seconds left to go. Hart dives over on a double. Goebel keeps the whizzer. Got to get his hips up.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a 2-point takedown by Hart. Should be potentially dangerous right there as our referee's going to stop that. Yes, it is. 7-2 now. 7-3. Goebel's still in this match, Jamie.
Yeah, especially, we saw what he did on top just a little bit ago as he was able to lock that cradle in as we're in the second period, 25 seconds left. So you'd like to see Harrison get up here and get a point or two here before the end of this period. You got to keep moving, though.
And that's what you're talking about.
I think Hart's getting tired.
That's what you're talking about, those many successes here. Short sit-out turn-in by Goebel, and we're going to get potentially dangerous one more time. That was a short sit-out turn-in by Goebel, and Hart tried to suck him back to his back, and Goebel got his arm caught, so a referee stopped it one more time. Great referees here today. 5 seconds left to go, second period, and it's 7-3. We're going to go to the third period. Let's see whose choice it's going to be. Yeah, it's going to be Goebel's. No, it's going to be Goebel's choice. He's going to go back down. Boy, what you wouldn't give for one of those big-time scrambles, Jamie. A 2-point reversal and 3 back would be huge right here. He keeps moving here and pushing the tempo on Dalton Hart. the senior from Muscatine who came into the tournament 16-18 last year. So has wrestled 34 varsity matches for the Muscatine. There's a nice sit-out turn-in, 1-point escape now for Harrison Goebel. It's 7-4. There's a double by Hart. He's in deep. Goebel's going to try to launch him. A sag now by Hart. He's going to pick up 2, and 2 more probably. He's got a sag. He's got Hart's arm trapped as he tries to sit through. And Hart's going to pick up just 2 and 3. Gave him 2 and 3. And Hart lost his headgear. That's not supposed to happen. That headgear, Jamie, that's that new rule where that Dalton Hart from Muscatine has some huge hair, and he's got a hairnet on, and it's supposed to be attached to your headgear. Okay?
Gotcha.
So it's supposed to be attached either over your headgear and attached or under your headgear and attached, so this doesn't happen. Because right now we've got a headgear malfunction right there, and he's got that big hair tucked in that hairnet right now. And we've got 1:12 left to go. It's 12-4. So, you know what I like about Harrison Goebel, Jamie, is his fight. You know, short sit-out turn-in now as we're underway with a minute left to go in the third period. Harrison Goebel's got some fight in that freshman body of his, and he's going to do nothing but get better. The challenge is you're wrestling some pretty tough kids. You wrestled Tristan Finch from Davenport Assumption in the first round. He's got Reed Upton from Decorah in round number 3, so that could be a very winnable match for the freshman. Upton is a junior who was 0-1 on the varsity last year, so we'll see what happens. 31 seconds left to go here. Dalton Hart from Muscatine, very good on his feet, and not so good on top or underneath. Goebel doing a nice job. Sit out, turn in now by Goebel. Let's see if he can turn this into some points. He's going to square up. Hart's going to drop in on that ankle pick and drive Goebel back over his heels and scoop a chicken wing. And Goebel's going to do a nice job of getting his arm free. Now Goebel's going to come up to his feet and score 1. And Jamie, what I like about this Harrison Goebel is no quit right there. He's there's 1 second left to go and he's still scoring points.
Exactly, and that's you can't teach that in a kid. You know, that's got to come strictly from him, and you know he's going to grow, and he's going to do some good things here this year. You know, as a freshman wrestling at 152, you're going to wrestle upperclassmen for the majority of your matches. So he's just got to keep doing what he's doing right now, and that's fighting, and we saw that right there with Hart.
Well, you're exactly right. Let's check out our mats now. And we'll see. We will be taking a half-hour break after this round. I'm not sure how many more matches.
I thought he said round 3 when he came back, but which would be a change from their schedule because their schedule said after round 2. So we'll see here as we've got.
Is that Mr. Weeks coming up on deck? We'll see. As we're spying, we've got a couple of West Delaware wrestlers. Looking like they're on deck, ready to go.
And one would be Cooper Weeks, as he would be up at 195. And I think that is the last.
That'll be the last match for the Hawks.
Be our last one, as he's taking on Austin Keck from Decorah.
All right,
is who he will be facing.
So he's off to the side here. Cooper Weeks is off to the side. We'll take that. We'll take our half-hour break. We'll try to get the totals to you. And
they're calling 138, which would be one of the 5-man bracket or 6-man brackets.
Okay. So we've got a couple of matches left to go this first round, unless they're going to go right into the. They might be going right back into the tournament on the next round before they do take a break. So we'll just have to listen and pay attention and watch and see. Jamie, that was a much better round for the Hawks.
Yeah, it was.
It's not quite over yet, but you saw some better things. you saw some better things that round.
Looking down through there again, Brad Roush, another tough loss. He was right in there, and like we said, he was close to pinning Braden Good in that match. So, and then he got reversed and gave up another point later, and you start seeing some good things. You see your senior leaders, Logan Riley coming out in his first match of the day, and he gets a fall. Owen Ward. He's 2-0 now, and those are those guys that have wrestled and they've been around, and that's what you need. You don't necessarily always need the vocal leaders. You need people that lead by example, and that's what Logan Riley and Owen Ward have done so far. And then Bennett Cole, he really hasn't wrestled a whole lot of varsity, but he's got 2 wins on the day. Very quiet, sneakily he's 2-0 right now, and he's got a good tough matchup. With a chance to win it in the third round against Nicholas Johnson from Davenport Assumption. The younger kids, Harrison Goebel, we just talked about him and the way he continued to fight in that match even though he was down. Alex Reitz comes back after a tough loss in the first round where he probably is a match he should have won, and he turned into a half Nelson and got pinned. So good effort there. And just all the way around, you're seeing these kids. We got to see them start fighting off their backs, and like you said earlier, that's when you start to see things turn around a little bit, is when the kids are starting to fight and making a point to get off your back.
Well, that's exactly right, Jamie, and that's what you like to see from a coaching standpoint. That's like what you like to see. You like to see the kids fight. When you've got some kids out there that will fight and that will compete, you've got something to work with. And we've seen that today in a number of the Hawks. So that's what we're after. Well, as we wait for our next wrestler to step up to the mat, let's take another short time out, and we will be back with more action as this second round is winding down. Stay with us because we've got more hold-by-hold action right here from the Hawks Nest, Seedorf Gymnasium on the beautiful campus of West Delaware High School, right here in Manchester, Iowa, on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Welcome back in to Seedorf Gymnasium as Cooper Weeks onto the mat now for West Delaware as he is taking on Austin Keck from Decorah. Keck in on a double leg here on Weeks. Weeks doing a good job of fighting that back. Again, Cooper Weeks, a junior for West Delaware. Austin Keck, a junior from Decorah. And there's a 2-point takedown there for Keck as he just kind of body locked and dropped Cooper Weeks on his back. Nice job by Weeks to fight off there. And he's trying to turn away and as he trails at 2-0 here with a minute left in period number 1.
Well, Jamie, he was in good position right there in the down block, and then when he came back to his feet, he reached over the top. He reached over the top of Keck, and once you reach over the top, that let Keck get his hips in, and then it was pretty simple takedown from that point. So he was in great position to start, and his great position went to not very good position, and that gave up the 2:38 seconds left to go. First period. So Weeks will go down, and our referee looking at Keck there, and Keck tried to jump right on Weeks without getting the command from our official. And there's Weeks set, there's Keck set, there's the whistle, spiral ride by Keck. Got that left arm of Cooper Weeks tied up. Weeks tries to reach across and grab the head of Keck. And got to be real careful doing that. Sometimes you get thrown right to your back. We'll make an announcement here. Make an announcement on the break time. So Jamie's got that spied for us. Cooper Weeks now on his back as Keck with 1 second left to go. Good job by Cooper Weeks to keep that left shoulder up, but that's going to be a 3-point near fall by Keck. Did you catch all that, Jamie?
I caught all that. What they're going to do is they are going to take a break. They're going to do the 5 and 6 man brackets over here. They're going to wrestle them. They're going to wrestle the 5 and 6 man bracket round number 3. And then they will come back. Then they will take a break. So once in which we will have someone, that'll be once Caleb Zeezer is done wrestling. That'll be his third match of the day. We will then they're going to take a half-hour break. So we'll take one with them, and just based on time, they're going to try to move this thing along here.
Sure. Well, Cooper Weeks down 5-0. We're going neutral to start the second period. And doing a great job pummel position up on his feet. Keck with a nice snap down on Weeks. Keck trying to cut the corner. Weeks doing a nice job on his knees, staying square. And again, good balance shown by Cooper Weeks. Quarter Nelson now by Keck. He's going to stuff the head of Weeks and now cover the hips of Weeks as he goes from right to left around to the legs. He's going to score a 2-point takedown, making the score 8-0. Inside wrist now by Keck. He's on the left side. He's got it rolled out to a bar. Now he's going to try to scoop the right arm of Weeks around the head. He's got that Okie State cattle catcher wrapped up, and Cooper Weeks on his back, and there's the fall. Cooper Weeks is going to go down in 3 minutes and 13 seconds. I'll tell you what, that's a good fight, though. Good fight there against a very good opponent. So, once again, it's those little position things, Jamie, where you got to keep your hips in good position, keep your arms in good position, and tell you what, close. All right, up in front of us, we have
Alex Linderwell.
From...
He's going to be weight class 138.
138.
And he's taking on Nathan Nielsen from Waterloo East.
And see if Linderwell can pick up. He was so close that last match. Nathan Nielsen is a sophomore, 1-1 from Waterloo East. So Alex Linderwell can. There's a nice outside single by Linderwell, though, Jamie, and he shot. He shot and then fell right to his stomach. He didn't get his hips underneath. And that let Nielsen stuff the head and spin around and pick up a 2-point takedown. Now a reverse half Nelson by Nielsen. Alex Linderwell is going to be in a world of hurt right here as he's giving up back points. He left his right elbow up, and that was very easy for Nielsen to scoop that right arm to a half Nelson. Now a reverse half Nelson, and there's a fall in 55 seconds. So Linderwell will go down by fall in 55 seconds to Nathan Nielsen from Waterloo East. So,
and we should have Brad Roush should be on deck over on mat number 1.
Jamie, those are all little things. You know, you're talking about position. He had a great shot to the outside leg, outside single, and he just didn't pull his knees up. You know, you pull your knees up and you cut the corner, you get 2 points. You leave your knees flat and your head down, and it's pretty easy for your opponent to hit that go behind.
And
that's what happened.
And that's something that he's going to pick up too. Is he's going to have to. As that's one of those things that you get a feel for it, and he'll learn that. He's Linderwell is just a. Linderwell's a junior for the Hawks, but really not a lot of varsity experience. So that's something that's going to come. You get a feel for it, and he'll definitely. That's something he'll pick up on.
And those are all correctable mistakes. From a coaching standpoint, they're all correctable. We should have Brad Roush up.
Yep, he's taking on Dallas Peebler.
We'll get this right. We'll get this right here. Dallas Peebler, a sophomore, 7-11 last year. So Brad Roush, if he can get going again. Jamie, Roush has shown some signs of being pretty tough on his feet. Just got to, keep wrestling there and finishing moves and just staying after it. Again, those Fairfield uniforms and Waterloo East uniforms are kind of hard to Waterloo East has Waterloo East across their chest, but they have that Trojan logo on the back. And Fairfield has a very small Trojan. There's that cradle by Roush. Going to get himself in trouble here, Jamie. He got a 2-point takedown, then he slapped the cradle on Peebler. Oh, he's going to turn that into a headlock.
Gotta hold on.
Oh, boy. Those little things again. You're so close, but yet so far. So, going to get it 2 and 2 and 2 and 2.
So Brad Roush is going to, after all of that, he's going to lead it 4-2 after the 2-point takedown 2-point near fall, and then he gave up a reversal there. But, he went to a headlock finish and just about had it. But, that's one of those things. You had a headlock finish, but you didn't base out. When you get in a headlock, you really got to sag your hips and avoid being rolled through the way Brad Roush just was.
Guy came down, he had his hips on the
there
chest
we go.
of Peebler. That's a short arm drag to a 2-point takedown.
About had that cradle locked up. He's going to pick up a 2-point takedown, and Brad Roush leads 7-2 now.
So, there's a hard. That's hard. Took that forearm and stuffed Peebler's head with him. He's got a power half Nelson on the right side. Needs to jump over to the right side and run that thing. Now Peebler doing a nice job posting that left elbow and keeping his head up so Roush can't run it. Roush again getting a little bit high. He's over the top of the arms instead of behind the arms of Peebler. Got to work on staying behind those arms. First period over. Nice period, 7-2 for Brad Roush. It's going to be Peebler's choice. He's going to defer over to Roush, and Roush is going to choose neutral. All right, 7-2. 7-2. Let's see if he can double his score here with something feet to back maybe. A lot of forward pressure by Roush. Straight in on Peebler. Now he's going to switch off to the double. And let's take it away from your head. Nice change of direction.
Nice
boy.
Job.
That's a nice job right there, Jim.
It is, and right now he's taking an opportunity. He's been doing a great job in his first two matches. He lost his he lost his first one. It was a tough match. It was 4-2 was the final. Then he just about had a pin in the second one, but lost 7-3. So he's taking an opportunity here. Now he's got this lead and he's building on it, not sitting on the lead, and that's he's doing a great job right now.
Well, you take those close wins and those close losses and turn them into big wins. And you do that by keep wrestling and keeping the pressure on. He's doing that very nicely right here with the Dallas Peebler from Fairfield. 59 seconds left to go. Roush up 9-2 and working the right side of Peebler over. Now he's got a half Nelson on the left side, inside wrist on the right. Peebler wings him down, but off the edge of the mat. Got to be careful, Jamie. Once you throw that half and get out to the side and run that thing. You get in trouble every time you stay parallel. Yeah, 48 seconds left to go. Switch attempt by Peebler. Nice chop, tight waist by Roush. Climbs over the body, missed a half Nelson. Peebler posted with his right arm, and that could have slid a half Nelson in, but maybe he'll scoop a chicken wing on that right side instead. 34 seconds left to go. Score is 9-2. This is weight class 113. Brad Roush trying to pick up win number 1 today after losing 2 very close matches to start this tournament, 4-2 to Baldwin from Davenport Assumption, and 7-3 by Good from Waterloo East. 12 seconds left to go. Switch attempt by Peebler. Nice job of following by Roush.
Don't give it up here.
That's just what you talked about, Jay.
Yeah.
You're dominating on top.
Just about gave up the near fall, too.
You're dominating on top, and you get just a little bit lax, and you let Peebler stand up and push back into you. It's 9-4 now. You called it. That's that youth. That's that keep wrestling. Keep wrestling. It's a 6-minute match here. And you can't give things up. Roush applying a lot of forward pressure to Peebler. I'm surprised that Peebler didn't snap him down. Coach Voss said angles. And that's exactly right. Set up a shot, create an angle, penetrate. Again, there's a snap down by Peebler. Roush giving that straight pressure. Roush now in on a double. Peebler in on a down block. And Peebler's going to hit Roush on the goal line to pick up 2. It's 9-6, Jamie. Peebler got a little confidence at the end of that second period. And Brad Roush is going to have to find a way to hold on to this 3-point lead. He dominated the first period and a half. And now Peebler getting a little bit of confidence back. Got to keep moving here. You got to keep wrestling. 1:04 left to go, 9-6. is your score in favor of Brad Roush, trying to pick up win number 1, weight class 113. This is a 5-man, 6-man bracket, so we're wrestling the 6-man brackets, the third matches in these 6-man brackets. Okay, Peebler's going to cut Roush loose. It's 10-6 now. So Brad Roush has got to get going here. Back in on that double. He's going to snap Peebler down, but he snapped him right to a single. Now a hard down block by Roush. 39 seconds left to go. And it's going to be no points here. They got 10-8 on the scoreboard. Did we miss 2, Jamie? Peebler looking over to his coaches and shaking his head. Yes, I got this thing. And Brad Roush trying to hang on. He's in another close match. Nice snap down by Peebler, and Roush forward pressure in. 19 seconds, Jamie. Brad's got to be careful not snapping Peebler right into his legs.
Yeah, and right now, you've got a 2-point lead with 18 seconds left, so you got to be careful here. You don't want to send this one into overtime, especially when you've done such a good job of keeping yourself in this match so far. 6 seconds.
6 seconds. See if Brad Roush can hang on for win number 1 here. Long shot by Peebler. Just grab onto those wrists.
There it is. Nice job.
Nice job.
It's a good win. Kind of get off that schneid a little bit.
10-8 for Brad Roush. Picks up win number 1 today. He's 1-2. Again, all of his matches have been close, and he's been in every match. He's been in every match. So let's check out who we have up next on mat number 3, West Delaware.
We're going to be we're going to have a short little break here before we see another one, because in our 5 and 6 man brackets at 160, Reitz has a bye. So Reitz won't wrestle this round. Brett Roush has a bye. We'll see Brady Antones at 182 coming up here in a little bit. And then we'll finish off this round with Caleb Zeeser at heavyweight. So we'll have a short break here before probably 5-6 minutes before we have another wrestler. We don't have anybody up on deck or in the hole here. So we'll have a short break before we come back, and we'll finish up this round of round number 3 of the 5 and 6 man bracket. So we will we'll take a break and come right back. You're listening to West Delaware Wrestling here at the Bob Murphy Invitational from KMCH Sports. Welcome back into the Bob Murphy Invitational as we're in round number 3, as we get you set for last couple matches here of this round before we take our big break here, as Brady Antones comes onto the mat for West Delaware, his second match of the day. He had a bye in round number 2, as he will be taking on Eric Glider from Waterloo East. Glider's 0 for 2, 0-2 on the day, and Brady Antones 0-1. So, and we've got Caleb Zeeser on deck on mat number 2. So Brady Antones on mat number 3 here, and waiting on deck is Caleb Zeeser on mat number 2. So Brady Antones up here as Brady, just a sophomore, taking on the sophomore and Glider.
And Glider's got a drive cradle on Jamie. He snapped the head of Antones down, and he slapped a drive cradle, a near side cradle on, and he picked up 2 on the takedown. Now he's got Antones on his back, and nice job by Brady to fight out of that. Boy, Glider had that in deep, and that Antones showed a lot of strength right there to fight out of that drive cradle. Boy, he looked like he was going to be down for the count, only down 4-0, so plenty of time to make a comeback here. Going to get a caution against Glider for not being on the elbow starting position. All right, Antones down, sit out, turn in by Antones to start this, to start the retard. Start 1:11 left to go in the first period. Tight waist by Glider. Tight waist chop now by Glider. Antones has the base out. Now belly down is Antones as Glider traps the left arm underneath his body. Trying to work and get back up to his base. Glider doing a nice job keeping his weight on, being real heavy on Brady Antones. And riding a 2-on-1 now is Glider. He's got the left arm of Antones tied up underneath him. Now he rolls it out to a bar arm. And he might throw Antones to his back as Antones tried to get that left arm free. He got it above his body, and that made it easy for Glider just to snatch it and slap a half Nelson in. Antones now fighting off his back one more time. 23 seconds left to go. Glider's going to pick up 3 near fall. Might be a fall here. Antones has to bridge high, and he's almost off his back. Glider readjusts. 9 seconds left to go. Got to keep fighting under there, Brady. There's the fall, 155. Antones will lose by fall in 155. Another one of those young mistakes as he got his arm up. He tried to roll through and got his arm up above his head. And once he got his arm above his head, it made it easy for Glider to slap a half Nelson in. And you can see Coach Litter there with his taking notes there. And I'm sure that's exactly what he's going to say is, hey, you got to keep your elbows down. Keep your arms down, keep your elbows down, everything in front. Don't make it quite so easy for your opponent to slap that half Nelson in. And that's exactly what happened. So, Jamie, that's, again, looking at mistakes that are very correctable. But you know what? Those mistakes cost you in a tournament like this. And those are the things you want to get corrected before you get into the second half of the season. And that's, again, what the coaching staff here is going to be looking at is improvement. So that could happen right there.
I think they missed one there.
Yeah, he did. Going to get 2 reversal. Could be a fall.
That's what I get.
With Pryor in front, and there's a fall. Pryor's going to pick up a fall there for Waterloo East. And Waterloo East having a good tournament. We talked about Coach Jay Llewellyn coming in and taking some rich tradition, and got some good assistant coaches there. And you get that rich tradition combined with some athletes that really want to work hard and fight and scrap, and that's a winning success. That's a successful formula there, Jamie.
Yeah, it is, and that's. And I tell you what, he was down 5-3 with 28 seconds left to go in that match, and he should have had the defensive fall well before that. I mean, it was Bridges was pinned, but he ended up getting a reversal and then actually pinning. So a good effort there by Pryor from Waterloo East.
So we got Caleb Zeeser up for West Delaware, taking on from Decorah, Cole Headington.
Quick takedown for Headington here as he just snapped, and a little snap and spin there by Headington is going to pick up a 2-point takedown on Zeeser.
Now he's got a power half Nelson on the left side of Zeeser, and Zeeser does a nice job keeping that head up. Hard crossface from left to right by Headington, right across that left cheek of Cole Zeeser. And Zeeser now up on all fours, tripod. Headington gets a little bit high, but he pulls himself back around the backside of Caleb Zeeser. Power half Nelson again by Headington on the left side. He's going to try to crank that left arm up. Zeeser doing a nice job keeping that left shoulder down. 1:06 left to go, first period. This is weight class 285. And after this match, we'll take a short break. There's a half Nelson on the right side. Headington has Zeeser on his back, and there's the fall in 107. So Headington from Decorah has a 107 fall. So Caleb Zeeser is 0-2 on the day with a couple matches left. So
we're going to take a half-hour break here as between round 3, and then we'll come back with the remainder of round number 3, which would be your 3 and 4 man brackets. So we will be back with that in about a half hour. We'll have time. Janelle can play some music for you here before we come back with our round 3, and we'll finish up the day here from the Bob Murphy Invitational. For in-studio producer Janelle Tucker and Roger Reed, I'm Jamie Vasky saying we'll see you in a little bit. We'll be back with more wrestling coverage from the Bob Murphy Invitational right here on Mix 94.7 KMCH.